2 more boxes of no huddle before we get into the BreakTraders.com goodness. Happy hour will end at some point, and we will declare BT late night. D.D. Westbrook, Allen Robinson, Trey Boston, a Disco Matt Stafford blue out of 79. Matt Stafford headed out of town and to a better offense, a better team, a better line. We'll see how Matt does. This is going to Joey and a Derek Brown base. Joey with some hits early. Derek Brown, Carolina, and Andrew. Old Mother Sam Hubbard, Derwin James, Shaquille Griffin, a hype Josh Allen for John. If anybody noticed that a Josh Allen card went for $210,000 the other day, posted that in the BT Discord. $210,000 after a Herbert went for $190. Brandon Cooks, Ryan Tannehill, Rob Gronkowski, a Disco, Rondé Barber, and a Devin Duvernay base. Rondé is headed to Dylan. I'm very high on Cam Akers. I already was. Duvernay is going to Jackson. But I would say top 6 running back for Cam Akers. That would be my projection. Jordan Jenkins, Saquon Barkley, Donald Driver. Purple, Terry McLaurin out of 35 for Haley, and a Ben DiNucci base. DiNucci for Dallas and Haley. Haley hitting that McLaurin early on there. Kenny Moore, Landon Collins, Aeneas Williams, a Disco, Quinnen Williams, and a Ross Blacklock base. I think this is our first jet. Brian getting our first jet, and it is impact factor. Quinnen Williams, Ross Blacklock for Houston, headed out to Nick. Tyler Boyd, Hunter Henry, Todd Gurley, a Disco Fireworks, Julio, and a Clavon Chason base for the Jaguars. That Julio is headed to Nick. Clavon is headed to Steve. Mr. CEO, there is a Don Russ basketball team random up on BreakTraders.com. Probably easiest to filter it out in the basketball tab. There's a lot going on the homepage now, which is great. Tremaine Edmonds, Danny Amendola, Nick Bosa, a blue Disco, Russell Wilson out of 79. Seattle is Robert. Oh, yeah. And another Cam Akers. More Cam Akers. The muscle hamster. Russell Wilson. And Cam Akers for Kevin. If Blake Griffin is on the Nets are an all-star team. So consider them a shoo-in for the NBA Finals, and consider the Lakers and the Clippers interesting matchups. And I don't know, the West could be crazy. We'll just have to see. We'll have to see. But I would say the Nets have to be the favorite in that case. Joe Thomas, Sean Lee, Drew Brees, Mahomes, Brilliance Disco for Jason, and a Michael Pittman Jr. base. And John gets the Pittman. About to hit the halfway point of break 204. Just getting warmed up during Break Traders Happy Hour. Can we get a vote on how long Happy Hour can actually go on, Jan? What do you think? How long can Happy Hour be Happy Hour? Till I feel like 8. I feel like 8.
I was just about to say, I was thinking 8.
Because we were talking about the Applebee's appetizers.
I guess we really should just go to Applebee's and see when Happy Hour is,
Yeah.
Get the official time.
Or we could call them. I'd really like to go, though, because I like that Big Tall Brutus beer. Julian Edelman, Philip Lindsay. We got our black and white coming, I do believe, because our first card is an emergent. It is J.K. Dobbins. Jackson, who hit the base earlier. And black and white, Jonathan Taylor. JT in the house. My man. Little expensive for a rookie on my fantasy team, but I think I'm going to have to keep him. Rob's getting technical here. He says happy hour's an hour, Jan.
That's a pretty good argument.
Yeah,
I like
it's something you would say.
You know, it's called happy hour, not happy hours.
Well, that's not true, according to my favorite band, 311. And their song, Stealing Happy Hours. Okay?
Maybe they're just taking it from multiple places.
Stop it. Just stop it. All right. DJ Dallas at the end of that one. Joey. For Seattle and Robert, we are at the halfway point. Another nice black and white hit. So far, we've had Jonathan Taylor, T. Higgins, and the Herbie black and white. Kenny Stills, Dallas Goddard, TJ Hawkinson, a red Antoine Winfield Jr. for Dylan, and a Jared Pinkney base, Arizona and Haley. Corey, how dare you? How dare you? A lot of 311 haters out there, too. A lot of haters. For what reason, I don't know. Joe Namath, Damian Williams, Zadarius Smith. We've got a Fireworks Christian McCaffrey and a Jalen Johnson base. McCaffrey for Andrew and Jalen Johnson going out to John. That message in the chat is just irritating me. Corey, if you wanted to irritate me, you did it. You hit the nail. Leonard Fournette, Joe Theismann, go hard or go home. Patrick Mahomes, Kansas City is Jason, and Jalen Ramsey for Kevin. A.J. Dillon base, another A.J. Dillon base in back-to-back boxes for Haley. Dan Marino, Joey Bosa, Byron Murphy, a blue, Christian Fulton for the Titans, and AP. Antoine Winfield for Tennessee, and AP. Back-to-backs. Or no. Dylan. Sorry, Dylan on the Tampa. David Johnson, A.J. Brown, Calvin Ridley, a Travis Kelce disco, and another J.K. Dobbins. Kelce disco for Jason. Dobbins, we already hit the emergent disco, going to Jackson. Now we've got 4 more packs to go. Quinnen Williams, Warren Moon, a Fireworks disco Josh Jacobs, a Fireworks all-out, a disco all-out Kyler Murray for Arizona and Haley, and a Bradley Anae base for Dallas and Haley as well. Let's get a big auto out of this one. Darius Leonard, Deshaun Jackson. We got a purple. Deebo Samuel. Another Eric Armstead. This one's out of 35, and it's going to Corey. Anthony McFarland base for Pittsburgh, and Mark. Two more packs to go, and our auto is waiting. Is it in this one? AJ Green, Frank Clark, Brian Burns, a unstoppable disco Aaron Donald, and a Grant Delpit base. Cleveland is Daniel. One more pack to go. Auto in waiting. Cole Beasley, Jonathan Allen, KJ Wright, and our auto is Jordan Brooks. Jordan Brooks for Seattle. And Robert with a nice hit on a cheap Seattle pull on the auction. Damon Arnett finishes this one up for Pete. And we will run this down. Not as big a hits in this one, but some reasonably exciting stuff. Again, we are just getting started tonight. Many breaks below 19 spots remaining and counting down. Run this down quick. Damon Arnett base, Delpit base, Anthony McFarland base, J.K. Dobbins base, Travis Kelce disco, A.J. Dillon base, Go Hard or Go Home, Mahome, Jalen Johnson base, Michael Pittman Jr. base, Patrick Mahomes brilliance, Cam Akers base, Clavon Chase on base, Quinnen Williams disco, Rondé Barber disco, and the hype Josh Allen. All right, rundown time for our big boys. And one mag out of this one. Christian Fulton out of 79 blue. Eric Armstead out of 35 purple. Matthew Stafford blue out of 79. Terry McLaurin purple out of 35. Antoine Winfield red RC out of 50. Russell Wilson blue out of 79. J.K. Dobbins, Emergent, Disco, Jordan Brooks, Disco Auto, and the Jonathan Taylor. Black and white.